Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This Wednesday morning video going to be a post-match review of Celtic's convincing, commanding 5-1 win over Aberdeen on Tuesday evening in the Scottish Premiership. A win that puts us 16 points clear and within a few more wins of yet another league title and leg two of yet another treble potentially. Still quite a number of points to win, quite a number of games to win to achieve that league title, then the treble, but Celtic very much on course. Strange game last night against Aberdeen, a 5-1 win against a team who are battling for third place in the league. And yet Celtic never really got out of second or third gear, never had to reach their best performances, and still had a very commanding, convincing win. To be fair, Aberdeen started that bit better than Celtic. Couple of half chances for Aberdeen early on, rather catastrophic mistake by Kasper Schmeichel, kicking the ball straight to Nisbet, who happily missed an open goal, although I do think Carter Vickers probably was going to be back just in time to clear it had it been actually on the goals. And it took until about the 24th minute for Celtic to finally get on top against Aberdeen. Arnie Engels passing into the box, deflected off an Aberdeen defender, and as is so often the case, Dyson Maeda was first to the ball and a very smart volley past Doohan in the Aberdeen goals, and Celtic 1-0 up. Then in the 30th minute, second goal for Celtic. Aberdeen getting into the Celtic box. Celtic cleared the ball out to the edge of the box. Nicholas Kuhn, very smart pass out to Jota, who ran into the Aberdeen half, spotted Arnie Engels in an ocean of space on the right side of the box. Arnie Engels looked like he was almost certain to shoot, but instead decided to pass the ball back to Jota, who had pretty much an open goal. And despite the fact that Jota didn't really have the cleanest of strikes, it still went into the goal, and Celtic 3-0 up. Still, Aberdeen kept up the pressure, kept up being in the game, and could easily have got themselves back to 2-1 down. However, I think very importantly, just before half time, nice ball into Dyson Maeda, backheeled it to Arnie Engels, who then offloaded it to Callum McGregor running in behind, and McGregor hit a smart right-footed shot into the bottom left-hand corner past Doohan, and Celtic went into half-time 3-0 up, and the game pretty much over and done and dusted by that time. Celtic, I think, actually performed better in the second half, despite the fact that the second half ended up, in effect, 2-1 to Celtic. I think Celtic did look a lot more cohesive, a lot more fluid, and their passing and their movement and their runs were all much higher quality in the second half than they had been in the first half. And Yang coming in off the wing, nice mazy run, a couple of 1-2s, laid the ball off to Luke McCown, who had a very good pass through the defence. Yang finished off at the near post with a very good, accurate left-footed shot. So Celtic 4-0 up. Game kind of petered out after that. A few more substitutions. On came the young Jude Bonner to make his Celtic debut in midfield. Off went Arnie Engels, who'd had a great game. And later also, Schlupp went off to let Scales have 10 minutes or so at the end. Game petered out, however, Celtic rather disappointingly gave away a goal in the 90th minute to let Aberdeen back in at 4-1. And that was the first goal by an away team in the league since Aberdeen scored 2 against us in the 2-2 draw in October 2024. I thought Carter Vickers looking a wee bit tired, a wee bit slow in defending down his side. And then Liam Scales, I thought particularly poor piece of defending, letting Morris get free in the box giving him space to shoot into, and Kasper Schmeichel probably should have saved it at the near post, but Morris did, to be fair to him, hit the shot powerfully, and the ball went into the goal for one down, but happily, scoring wasn't finished. Smart move out on the right-hand side, brilliant ball by Alistair Johnson right across the 6-yard box, and Dyson Maeda coming at the back post, knocked it into the net, 5-1 win for Celtic, and there we are, 16 points clear at the top of the table, and just a few more wins away from yet another league title and leg two of a treble. Looking at the stats for yesterday's game, showed that Celtic very much dominant in terms of possession, also very accurate and efficient in terms of getting the ball into the box, and then having got into the box, getting shots on goal, and having got shots on goal, getting those to actually turn into actual goals, and Celtic a lot less wasteful of time in the opposition box and a lot less wasteful of attempts to shoot on goal, turning it into actual goals. Possession was 69% Celtic, 31 to Aberdeen. Shots were 16 for Celtic, 8 for Aberdeen. Aberdeen had just one shot on goal, which was their goal, obviously. 4 off targets and 3 block shots. Celtic, 7 shots on target, so pretty much 50-50 with shots and shots on target. 7 were off target and 2 were blocked. Kasper Schmeichel had no saves. The only save he had to make basically was that shot from Morris, which sneaked in, and Doohan in the Aberdeen goal made 2 saves. Corners were 4-3 in favour of Celtic, and touches in the box 22-8 in favour of Celtic. Good performance, but Celtic not having to put on a great performance to beat the team battling for third place in Scotland. My own ratings for the players kind of reflects that Celtic played well, but not great. With Kasper Schmeichel on 6.5, most of his duties yesterday were retrieving the ball from pass backs and clearing the ball out to the full-backs and central defenders. Did come out smartly in the first half to intercept a pass through to the Aberdeen centre forward. There was unfortunately the very poor clearance that went straight to Nisbet, and do think possibly he could have done a wee bit better at saving that goal. So 6.5 for Kasper Schmeichel, given 7s to Johnston, Carter Vickers, and Austin Trusty. They didn't actually have terribly much defending to do. However, all 3 performed very well. Rarely ever looked in any danger. Johnson did get himself forward. Nice cross to set up goal number 5. So very efficient, good performances from those 3 defenders. Given Jeffrey Sloop 7.5, as is his role, he was that wee bit more mobile and appeared in midfield and up in the final third on a much more regular basis. Lots of good passes, couple of crosses into the box, and a good all-around performance from Jeffrey Sloop, so 7.5 for him. And I do wonder whether Celtic should make the decision to let Greg Taylor go off to pastures new and look to have Jeffrey Sloop as the experienced backup to Kieran Tierney for the next couple of seasons. And it does appear that Sloop is quite open to staying at Celtic for another couple of seasons, although he did say nothing has yet been negotiated or discussed formally. In terms of midfielders, 6.5 for Rio Hatate. Thought he looked a wee bit tired. However, some nice passing, some nice linking up play, won the ball back several times, and did work very well from box to box, but not quite at his best performances. Callum McGregor, 7.5, a nice busy performance and lots of nice linking play. Did score that third goal, couple of other shots at goal, lots of lovely passes, and lots of lovely link-up play going from box to box. So 7.5 for him. Arnie Engels, 8.5 for him. He was very close to being man of the match for me, and he was the official man of the match yesterday evening. Good performance from him. Set up a couple of goals, had a hand in another goal, which was the first goal. And overall looked very busy, very active, and I think he's very much growing into the tactics, the formation, and the setup of Celtic's team now. And I think he's going to turn into be a very good player for Celtic in the long term. Nicholas Kuhn and Jota have given 7 to. Thought they both played well without being great. Jota, of course, did score a goal, and the two linked up to help us score goal number 2. Didn't have the best of matches, however, lots of nice runs up and down the wing for them both. Both of them did cut into the box, especially Kuhn. But apart from Jota's goal, neither really otherwise threatened scoring. And the bulk of the creation and the goal scoring came from Dyson Maeda, the midfielders, and of course Alex Johnson for the fifth and final goal. And I've given man of the match and 8.5 to Dyson Maeda. Good performance when playing through the middle as the main striker. Lots of pace, lots of harrying and pressure for the Aberdeen back four and goalkeeper. Very quick reactions and quick movements to get himself into position to score the first goal, and coming in off his wing for goal number 5. Some good striker's instincts and all around top quality performance from Dyson Maeda. And as Brendan Rodgers was saying in his interviews and press conferences afterwards, I worry that Dyson Maeda will be off to one of the bigger, richer leagues in the summer. His performances this season have been excellent. He's shown good levels of ability at the highest level in the Champions League, and currently would be the odds-on favourite for Player of the Year for Celtic and Player of the Year for all the various different Scottish awards, at least in my opinion. Maybe Dyson Maeda and his family and his wife and kids would prefer to stay in Glasgow, but I think there will be quite a number of very big bids for Dyson Maeda over the summer transfer window, and we'll see whether Maeda and Celtic decide to take that money or whether Maeda wants to stay loyal to Celtic or wants to cash in on his recent great performances and move on to bigger, richer leagues. In terms of the subs, I thought Yang had a very good performance, lots of energy, lots of good work in all 3 zones of the pitch. Scored a nice goal for goal number 4, looked very busy and very much looks like he's fitting into the Celtic way of playing. Adam Idah I gave a 6 to. Didn't really have any chances to score himself. Some nice holding up play, some nice running in behind, but didn't really manage to get himself into any goal scoring positions. I've given 6.5 to Luke McCowan. I think he played pretty much the same way that Rio Hatate had played fine, but not great. However, did have a very good pass through the Aberdeen defence to give Yang that chance for goal number 4. 6.5 for him. 6 for Jude Bonner. Came on late in the game, 10-15 minutes or so. Didn't really have enough time to really influence the game, but did show 1 or 2 nice wee touches, got himself forward. I think we do have a very promising young player in Jude Bonner, and hopefully Rodgers can bring more and more of those players into the squad, giving them 10-15 minutes here and there, and boosting their first team experience and preparing them for a long-term future at Celtic. And I've given Liam Scales 5.5. He came on late in the game to replace Schlupp at left back. Looked a bit slow, looked a bit nervous, and didn't really get himself into the game properly. And I think he did look a couple of times rather suspect in defence, and I think he could have done far better at stopping Morris from scoring the Aberdeen goal in the 90th minute. So 5.5 for Liam Scales. That finishes things off for today's video, going through all the various different Celtic news and football news sites. Nothing really cropping up so far this morning in terms of news. Just as we finish, just a wee polite suggestion, encouragement. If you're not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. Get the numbers pushed past 1200. That would be brilliant. If you have liked the video, please do click that like button and do feel free to pop your thoughts, opinions into the comment section for a nice wee debate amongst like-minded Celtic fans. We'll be doing some more videos over the next couple of days in preparation for the St Mirren match, which will be live at tea time on Saturday evening. And obviously keeping everyone up to date with any news or stories or rumours. And also looking to do one or two other wee bits of content as things develop over the next weeks and months. And so until the next video, goodbye and hail, hail.